following program is an exclusive DisruptionNetworks.com production.
Hey, John, sweetheart.
Hey, it's Adeline Van Dyke from Coldwell Banker Faith Properties in Utica. I always get asked, why do I love real estate? It's very simple. I love my clients. I love every single thing about helping them find or sell their home. Making sure the home is solid and ready for sale, or solid and ready for the buyer's inspection, to making sure that they're getting the best rate on their mortgage, making sure they're getting the best price on their house. You know, just everything involved in the sale is vital. My absolute favorite part of real estate is when a buyer walks into the house they're going to buy. I can feel it before they even know they're loving the house. It's just that obvious. So I'd love to experience that feeling with you. So give me a call. Adeline Van Dyke, Coldwell Banker Faith Properties, 315-404-6431. Or you can find me on Facebook or visit my website at centralnewyork.com/Adeline. Thank you, and I look forward to welcoming you home.
When it's your hard-earned money on the line that you are investing into a home, it makes sense to choose a proven professional to assist you in making one of the biggest investments you may ever make. Josh's dedication of over 20 years to the home construction industry allows him to bring knowledge and experience to your doorstep. That means you can feel confident and comfortable with his service to you. Past clients love his attention to detail and thorough written reports. By allowing Priceless Inspections to help you make a well-informed decision concerning your property, you will find that a quality inspection is priceless. Follow Priceless Inspections on Facebook or call 315-525-8725. In the Mohawk Valley, for the best real estate service, you gotta have faith. Coldwell Banker Faith Properties, 315-735-2222 or www.centralnyhomes.com.
Welcome to the D-Line.
Illegal contact! Number 51! Senkutsu elbow thrust! To the up back! Oimawatsu roundhouse lunge kick! To the quarterback! Takatami insword block to the... Shoot, never mind. 15 yards! First down!
Live football podcast on the Disruption Network.
You just got the feeling that he spelled the 8-hole and then got it in the end zone.
You find out life's this game of inches. So is football.
Call in or text at 315-505-THE-D. And now, here's your hosts, Chicken, Caleb, and Sil.
But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the D-Line.
Hey, chicken.
It's easy this week. There's only the three of us. So.
Right? Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that extra weird.
Can't screw that up. Well, you know, who knows? Who knows?
And we also realized,
we've had our times. We've had our times.
We just realized when we're setting up all this equipment that these things are labeled all messed up. So I'm going by these different numbers and shit, and I'm like, wait a minute, these numbers aren't matching up. I'm like, what the fuck?
I think that's still. I still think that's your fault, though. I still think that's your fault. All right,
it's always my fault.
Yeah, exactly. Come on now. You know whose fault it was though this past week though in the NFL? Man, Doug Marrone fucked his own team. Why are you not going for it? 50 seconds to go with 2 timeouts in the half, and you're up. Yeah, you've got a lead, but man, go for it. Try, score points.
Your defense got you there all year. I mean, you got faith in your D.
Well, but you did. But it's not. I don't think. Well, amen to that. Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't think it's really a idea of not having faith in the D. You're going into you're just going into halftime.
No, but you know what? And I agree with Caleb. It's not about having faith in your D. It's about giving Tom Brady the ball.
Yeah,
you're
right.
It's freaking Tom Brady.
No wasted possessions. You can't waste a possession. That was my biggest problem.
That defense.
Oh man, that's
stellar. Fucking stellar. So just. I don't have a problem with it at all. That's you live and die by the sword.
Sure.
Unlike Seattle.
Yeah. You make your decision.
That Super Bowl a few years back.
And you know what though? I give them a lot of credit because they own that decision. Doug Marrone owned that. And I love Doug.
Yes.
Man. I after what I've seen Doug Marrone do this year in the NFL has just it's cool to see. I'm happy for him.
I just question some of the play calling
Yeah.
They got very vanilla in the second half. They just tried to write out the clock.
And they were taking. I mean, some of the passes that he was trying to force in there. I mean, some of those guys were triple covered.
Yeah.
And you're like, where the fuck are you going with that?
First down, and I'm just talking second half here. They'd run for it. It would get stuffed, so that would place Bortles in a second and long, third and long situation every time. And it's like, you're putting it in his hands, and yes, he's trying to force it. Yeah,
but where were the
to
play
back your point.
Where were the play action passes?
Where it was in the first half, right? Yeah, they just
and okay.
They went away from it.
The refs were fucking terrible.
Did you guys like that picture?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was
those
okay
guys
with,
were getting fucking mauled every goddamn
the
play.
referees let them fucking play. About fucking time.
For New England, but every goddamn call for Jacksonville was getting called.
I'm not seeing it, dude.
I thought
the game?
Yeah, I did.
Were you
all the way through the end?
I was guilty.
And no, I wasn't drunk. I was sober.
Dude, like also like
I know.
Even Tony Romo was like, "Oh wow, oh my God, he didn't get called for that."
Tony Romo the goat. Tony Romo the goat. Tony Romo the goat. Tony Romo the goat. Yeah. Okay.
He's like, he didn't get called for that, and then again, oh wow, no flag there, huh? And like every time they go, and sometimes I think that's why Bortles was trying to go to these receivers because they were getting mauled.
Yeah.
And boom, they're not getting called for it.
I'm good.
You love the look on your face. You need to go back and rewatch that because I know you're a defensive coach, and I'm like, dude, you need to go back and rewatch that.
I thought there was I thought there was some misses. I didn't. I think to Sill's point though, I think he is right. I think they did let them play a lot more. But here's my only problem with that. We're looking at this now as we've set the precedent that we're going to be our assholes about as fucking tight as they can be, and now we're setting the precedent that we're going to let them play. Well, give us some consistency.
I know, yeah. The week before they were calling everything. This week they're not.
But you're only letting them play on one side.
The one pass interference that did get called.
Yeah.
For the Patriots. I mean, the guy was getting mauled and pushed out of bounds. I mean, that's pass interference. I mean, that was blatant. You could see it. You can't argue it. But I was okay with them letting them play. There was nothing. No, I don't hate to use the term blatant. They were letting them play
on one side because
I'm falling in between the two.
Jacksonville was getting called for every little.
I'm okay with it. I don't see a reason to bring it up, but he's the one that started.
Oh, okay. Look at the ratio. Look at the ratio. Almost what?
I know it
penalty yards to.
It was nine penalties to 1. I know.
I remember seeing. I remember seeing it. Yeah.
Retarded.
I remember seeing it 6 for 1 for 10 for the Patriots and 6 for 68 at one point, and that was in the third quarter.
But take false starts and offsides and delay a game out of there. What's left?
A couple of those were huge passes.
But those ones are obvious. How many are left other than that one pass interference?
How about Jacksonville taking the delay a game coming off the timeout? I mean, as a coach, you just got to be going through
that's on the coaches.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
As you guys as being former coaches,
they had them on their heels.
You just have to see something like that. For me, it's just like
drive stopper.
Man, that's like
drive stopper.
That's like for me, with my baseball ties, it's like me going out to the mound and telling a kid, go straight fastballs here, and he drops 3 curveballs and walks the next guy.
See, and that's
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, for me, it's like, oh my fucking God, what the fuck are you thinking?
And
like,
that's where being Tom Brady and Bill Belichick really come into play in this game.
Is it because he's good and they're both pretty all right?
Well, they're
the system. Fucking system.
They instill that the intimidation. You know what I mean? They get to that point where also now you get in that frenzy, and we seen it last year in the Super Bowl. That you get in their heads. Yeah. That all of a sudden they're playing this great game plan, but now all of a sudden you take them out of their game plan. You get in their head a little bit. Your defense plays a little tighter, and they're all of a sudden they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So they get all flustered and they start making dumb mistakes. And they start forcing the ball into places where you shouldn't, and they don't. You change things up just enough to get them flustered, and then you got a guy like Brady who comes in there, cool-headed. Your defense is still playing the same way they played before.
Yeah.
But now you're changing up your offense a little bit. And they can't adjust on the fly, and I think that's what hurt them the most.
I think you put it perfectly there. I think you put it perfectly because I think one of the biggest things the Patriots do is they. It's not like these guys are coming out in the third and fourth quarter and just blowing you away. McDaniels came out with a few trick plays.
They're taking riskier plays
and a few different plays, which he knew he had to do. But man, just like Chicken just said, they just go out and play their game. And you think of them as if you're the other team, you think of them as New England Patriots, and it's let's just fucking pound the ball, get our 10 yards, pound the ball. Let's go on this 8-minute drive and burn the clock, tick 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 tick. And you can't do that. You can't do that against this team.
No,
we've watched it. We've watched it fail twice in a row.
That defense succeeded so much in the second half compared to the first half.
Absolutely.
Bortles beat. It was only by 3 yards, but he beat Brady. Statistically.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and it was adjustments. You know what I mean? Like when they came back out there, New England wasn't playing the same defense. They would get those little cheap shots. You notice New England early in the games, they'll get those little cheap shots. They'll hit you after the play.
Right.
They'll get those little dirty shots in there. So now it frustrates you, it angers you. Now you want to retaliate a little bit more, but they get in your head. That's all by design. You know what I mean? That's all by.
I can't argue it because it works.
Yeah, Mr. Tough. What was it? Wasn't that the play? Tough.
Tough. Oh yeah, you
knock him in the hand.
Well, it's mainly to just bring it to the center and in the quarterback's face. You man up over the center, and you can, if you send a blitz there as well, it's basically 1-on-2, and you just try to put pressure right up in the front. Yeah. And that's the way to beat Brady. I feel that's the way the Giants did it. They pressured Brady and covered everybody short tight, so it forced him to beat you downfield. But he has to do it on the move. He's 40 years old?
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
Now?
39 or 40, yes.
So that is still a great game plan because, dude, did you guys see him try to run the other day? It was like watching the second hand.
Man. And
my goodness.
You know what I've noticed a lot about Brady, too? I don't know if you guys noticed this second. It was the Marcel Darius sack, quote, and I quote sack. Brady the old Brady, and this Brady is just as fucking good as any Brady there's bad, man. This guy's the fucking GOAT. He's fucking really good. But I watched him. He took this really awkward sack where the lineman almost kind of pushed Marcel Darius over him.
Right.
Could have been maybe called a penalty, but he kind of just went right to the ground. It wasn't that. Hey, let's get up and try it again. And hey, let's just slide. Let's slide, and make that play. It was just, I'm taking it. And I was like, wow, that's that. And that was when Jacksonville was up big at that point. And that's when I'm like, is this us seeing that play for me stuck out to me because I thought it was, is this us seeing that New England spiral that we could have talked about before, that maybe this demise of this empire. And I know it's one play, okay? But to see him do that, that's something I'd never seen him do. I don't even see him do that in regular season games.
Mark that as the start of it.
Yeah. I'm just saying. No,
because he's good for a couple of those this season. I mean, he had a few of them earlier this year where everyone's like, whoa, is Brady starting to falter? Is he starting to fall down? Remember early in the season, everyone's like, man, Brady, because they lost a couple games early on. Everyone's like, oh, man, they're not looking too good. Mm-hmm. And you're like, dude, it's fucking Tom Brady. Come on, give me a break. And the next thing you know,
maybe he just learned how to fall with fucking just eloquent grace.
I don't know. For me, it stuck out. It stuck out to me as a point where I'm like, wow, is this it?
And they do that with Aaron Rodgers too, and it pisses me off because then they come back and they get pissed.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they used to do it, Jordan, and those are the guys that used to come back pissed off and they got something to prove, and then they just blow your doors off, and you're like, oh, why'd you have to do that?
I mean, that tippy toe catch that Amendola made at the end zone, that was one of the best passes I've seen all year.
Heads up.
That pass was
field awareness.
Where'd he put that? Where do you tell as a quarterback? Put it only where your receiver can catch it, and that's what he did.
He was throwing high all day,
he did, and he did it.
The fact that he adjusted and made that grab.
Cutler
was awesome.
throws high all the time.
Oh man.
Oh, I don't have that. I'm fucking high. The one day we don't have it on here.
But gentlemen, I'll tell you something. Moving on. How about my motherfucking Philadelphia Eagles? Fly, Eagles, fly, baby.
The Minnesota defense wasn't even there.
I don't think they showed up in Philly. I don't think they got there.
Oh, my goodness.
Wait a minute.
Everything that the number one defense in the league.
Who had a big game this game?
Alshon!
He had 85 yards.
And two touchdowns. And 2 titties.
Dude, you look at how many receivers he fucking threw to. That defense was not there. This has nothing to do with the Eagles' offense.
I said he would have a big factor in this game. 2 touchdowns and 85 yards is a fucking pretty good
Nick
factor.
Foles looked like a Hall of fucking Fame.
Yes, he did. There was nobody covering anybody. Fucking both tight ends, fucking Aguilar.
Aguilar. Exactly. That's about how good that guy is, man.
I'm like there was nobody he wasn't throwing to.
You know that,
it was such a great fucking.
Smith was catching passes.
Everybody was involved, dude. Ertz, Burton.
Dude, what about Blunt running dudes over?
LeGarrette Blount is the secret charm in the fucking NFL.
Still,
if you don't think so?
Running high.
Then you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. He is the secret charm in the NFL. That guy has been on every winning Super Bowl team.
He's the Robert Ory. He's the Robert Ory of the NFL.
Dude, the guy just wins.
He's the Robert Ory of the NFL.
The guy wins championships.
Hey, Frank.
The guy wins fucking championships. You put him on your team, you're gonna win. Like, I'm hoping the Jets sign him next year, man. Come on.
He's like Ricky Prohl.
Come on down. Like, he could be the starting running back in New York. All I fucking care. Like, come on down and be the running back on my team, and we're going to the fucking Super Bowl.
It's a lock.
Yeah, it is a fucking lock, sir. It is.
And you know what's cool is that like him and Jay Ajayi, they work well together.
They do. I didn't think it would. It would with two starters coming in, but they work well. They look good.
Cleveland Smallwood. I mean,
yeah,
dude.
No, that backfield is stout. They got so much range in that backfield. But they got the power. They got the fast, quick guys that can catch. I mean, you can really change up your game plan any which way with that backfield. And then you get those wide receivers. I mean, you got Alshon, who's 6'4", that can
jump, and he's finally hanging on to the fucking ball when he comes down with it.
Torrey Smith, man.
Torrey Smith that can take the top off.
Aguilar, Clement, it even goes out for passes.
Then you got Ertz, who could take up the middle. Like
old man Brett Selleck, Trey Burton. They're 3 deep at tight end with guys who probably on 15 other teams in the NFL would be starters.
I was gonna say Burton had a great game.
Yeah, Burton was great.
It was fucking gross,
dude.
How that defense got picked apart. They looked like the fucking Browns defense. I'm pretty sure if the 3 of us lined up, at least 2 of us would have got our asses kicked, but 1 of us would have caught a pass.
I said this earlier in the year. That this Eagles team, to me, felt like built like the New England Patriots. The way they are, the way they can adjust the scheme, they could go spread out and beat you like finesse style and just throw it right over you. Or they can go to like a fast, West Coast style, or they can power it up.
What's going to be run awesome? Behind the best offensive line in the NFL. That might be the best offensive line in the NFL now, guys.
What's going to be awesome is we're going to get to see that.
Yeah,
we're going to get to see that. That's going to be great.
I'm excited. People are saying this is going to be a dogged-out game that like New England's going to come in here and beat them up.
No, it's going to be a great game.
This Philly team is really impressive.
Don't doubt Nick Foles again, man. People, you can't now.
This coaching staff for the Eagles is something special.
Yeah, I agree.
Really are. There's a reason why none of these guys are being interviewed or somewhere else. Remember you were talking about how come Frank Reich and we're saying like
Jim Schwartz. My God, they fucking blitzed. Philly never blitzed. They always did. They rushed with 4. They blitzed. Oh my God. It was such a great game plan.
And he's the kind of guy that can adjust.
Right.
He can maneuver, like create mismatches and stuff. And so is Doug Peterson. And then when you got like these guys and I don't know. They know they got something special brewing here.
Dude, they do, man.
This wasn't even the year they were supposed to be this good. And then to lose Carson Wentz, who we didn't expect him to be that good.
Well, no. He wasn't that good. The system's that good.
Dude.
Why? No, because Nick Foles is doing the same damn thing.
But Nick Foles was pretty fucking good earlier.
I understand that. But if Nick Foles was playing all season, would we be saying Nick Foles is MVP material?
Carson Wentz has a certain skill set too. The kid can run.
I'm just saying,
kid can improvise. I mean, we're talking about a kid who was in his 2nd year, dude.
Yeah, I think Wentz does. I think Wentz does bring a lot to the table, and I think the Eagles' offense has. I think the Eagles' offense and team has changed as a whole.
Yeah,
and just the fact. I mean, dude, these are the teams that win, man. It's like, and I hate to make this reference, but it's like. I don't know if you guys remember, like when the Red Sox went to the World Series, it was the cowboy uphold mentality of next guy up, everybody. We're a team, we're a unit together. That's huge, man. That's like for a team like going into the Super Bowl. I mean, you just like the Patriots are always together, but you see these guys out in the media from the underdog hats to just getting everybody pumped up and seeing these guys at playing and I'll never forget the electric slide. I hate to bring that up with you guys. All right. The electric slide, when they did the electric slide against your Bears. But that's just an example.
Gross.
That's just an example of, I mean, just look at that, man. There was
30
guys. There was 30 guys. There was 30 guys on the field doing that. Like it just goes to show you how close that team is, and I'll tell you something. It's going to be an unreal Super Bowl. It is.
No.
Did you just whisper to me?
Sounds of the whispering winds of shit.
I did it on accident.
Yeah. I was like, I heard something in my left ear. No, that was it.
But I don't know, guys. I was blown away. And it was so fun too. After about halftime, we went down to a bar to watch the rest of the game, and there was a couple of Vikings fans there, and just me and Cody roll up. And I've been wearing. I told Cody, I said, I'm superstitious for you. I bought into your team. Cody, my best friend, is the Eagles fan, and I said, because when we went to the game,
you just like the green.
Exactly. when we went to the game, I wore the Donovan McNabb jersey and these sweatpants and these same sneakers and these same socks, and I wore them and. Just fucking, like, I'm so happy for him, man. He wanted to go to the Super Bowl so bad, but then we heard what it cost. So we said, fuck it.
Well, they actually prices dropped.
$5,500.
No, that's what they started at when Minnesota was winning the game.
Yeah.
By the end of the game, they went down to $38.50.
Oh, okay. Well,
they dropped $1,700 fucking dollars, man.
Well, you know what's funny, too? I've heard reports, like, in Minnesota. Like, you're going to hear all these things all week and stuff like that, but, like, I've heard people are signing up to be Uber drivers in Minnesota to take Eagles fans to the wrong place for the game.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, to like be their ride to the game and then just take them somewhere else.
You know, do they realize what they're getting themselves into for that? At least a beer can in the back of the head while they're driving.
Here's the funny
and a bad Uber rating.
Damn.
We watched all those videos, right, of all the Eagles fans being dicks and throwing beers at Minnesota fans.
They missed the Minnesota fans. As far as I'm concerned, they're being perfectly fine. Philadelphia.
Go to Buffalo, baby. Go to Buffalo.
I don't
wear a
anything
different
wrong with
team's
it.
jersey.
If you're rooting for Minnesota, you deserve getting shit thrown at you.
Right.
But
well, it's not
Patterson. If you're out there,
like they didn't hit them, and I don't think they were full beer cans. So
they hit the buses and shit like that. And I guess they started some shit with them, but.
Dude, it was unreal, and we would have loved to be there. Fuck it.
But the funnier thing is, now all these Philly fans have to go to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Right.
So now they're going to get it
back.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
They're going to get – these Philly fans are going to get treated like shit back in Minnesota now. So it's like, dude, you shouldn't have been such a
made your bed line up.
Yep. Exactly.
I don't know, man. It's going to be such a good fucking Super Bowl, though.
I'm
so excited.
I can't wait. I'm making my pulled pork this year.
Man. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Everyone's dogging on it. Everyone's saying, oh, what a fucking shitty game. And I'm like – I'm not a fan of either team.
Neither am I.
But because like I said, I like
it's one versus one.
I like the way this team is constructed, this Eagles team.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Foles. I would have liked it better with Wentz playing.
Yeah.
I love this coaching staff of the Eagles. I like the way they can adjust. I like the way each side of the ball is like so.
Patterson's been good, man. He's been really good,
man. Like the way they built this team. I said it early on. I'm like, this is my dark horse team to go to a Super Bowl because just when they picked up Alshon and they picked
up
how are
they
Torrey
dark
Smith
horse team
early in the year.
Oh, all right.
Early, like before
coming
the
off their
season
performance
started.
last year.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, like. The Giants on paper looked like they were going to be a beast.
I agree. I thought they were going to be in the race for
the
East.
I thought it was the Giants, and I said honestly, the other team I think is going to come out of that division. I think it was going to be Philly.
Yeah.
I think we were all hoping it wasn't Dallas at that point.
And everyone thought I was fucking nuts. Oops, And but I just like the way the team was built. They finally gave this kid weapons. You know what I mean? They. And just
and you're not and you know what you're not I mean like you're correct that they finally gave him something, but we're not talking about premium weapons here. We're not talking about Alshon's a good player, but we're also talking about an aging player.
He's not that old. I mean,
he's not that old.
He's not that old, but he's been around the block and stuff like
6
that.
years maybe.
Yeah,
dude. What does his sex life got to do with any of this?
True. But I mean, it's amazing. Like, we're talking about Torrey Smith is your number 2 wide receiver. Right. Torrey Smith is. If you would ask me going into this year, he's shit terrible. I would have never given you anything on him. But it's again
Aguilar's number 3.
Yes, it again goes back to what you were saying, and that's only because he's in the slot. But it again goes back to what you were saying, Sil. It's all about how you play to your players. It's all about what Frank Reich and Doug Pedersen's done and Jim Schwartz has done on the defensive side of the ball, and the old holy Messiah, John DeFilippo, too, who's the quarterback coach. I mean, that guy's done a fucking good job too.
Oh my God, I'm still
and Deuce Staley at the run.
Right. So it's a fairly young coaching staff.
Yeah.
I mean, not that Reich and
that's a good assessment. I agree with you.
Not that they're that young, but career-wise,
yes. Yeah.
But they're going up against the system. They're going up against Bill Belichick.
I like that.
I love it.
That's a perfect name for that coaching staff over in New England. The system.
Because they've lost coaches before, and they're still there again. Those coaches went off to fucking coach in Notre Dame and the Cleveland Browns and whatnot, and
Yep.
They're nowhere now.
Very little success. Yes. Charlie Weiss, Romeo
Crennel. Yeah, Crennel just got his D coordinator job back in
Josh
Houston.
McDaniels.
And I wouldn't be surprised if those two coaches coming out just flop on their fucking dicks again. Yeah, I think
Matt Patricia has a good place to go in the Detroit.
He's got a good team there. Yes.
Would you guys like to know? Obviously, Matt Patricia is a Sherrill, New York native. Went to VVS High School.
Right.
Do you know who Matt Patricia then? I was reading this weekend. Matt Patricia went to RPI, was an assistant there for 2 years, then became an engineer for 2 years, then went back to Amherst, coached there, and then became a grad assistant at Syracuse. Now I'll ask you this question. There's talk today. Guess who is probably going to be Matt Patricia's D coordinator in Detroit? Who you got? Any guesses? It's a head coach of a team that I just mentioned that he coached for. It's Paul Pasqualoni.
Oh, really? Well, now I know they're gonna suck.
Paul Pasqualoni has basically been like the buzz at the Senior Bowl this week. He's at BC right now.
He's a team killer.
Him and Patricia are like this because that was where Patricia got his shot, and that's probably where he's gonna go with his D coordinator job. But you know, it's that new NFL, John. It's that new NFL that he's still going to call the plays, Patricia, even though he's the head coach. You know.
Is he? So basically, Pasqualoni's just going to run the practices, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And you also saw that as we talked last week, one of our big points last week was, where will Jack Del Rio land? Did you see he's probably landed in New York on Pat Shurmur's staff with the Giants as the D coordinator?
Awesome.
Whoa!
It's almost official that he'll be back.
So.
His contract was done, Spagnuolo.
Oh, really? I thought they were going to retain Spagnuolo.
No, it looks like this week that Shurmur is. They actually might have hired. Maybe they didn't hire Del Rio, but I knew he was high on the list of people to interview. I know they just did make a coordinator hire. I'm not sure if it was offense or defensive the other day. So.
Honestly, if they didn't keep Spagnuolo, then Del Rio's a great choice. Because with that talent,
I think Del Rio lands given that info.
But here's the thing, though. Like, a lot of these Giants fans are like, Spag. They're all big on Spag, but they had the same defense. I mean, you could make a case for the offense kind of shit in the bed because they had no O-line, and then all the receivers getting hurt, whatever. But your defense was the same, and your defense kind of shit the bed this year.
Yeah,
your defense wasn't that good. You have basically the same exact players, and they gave up. Your players gave up. Look at the guys that Eli Apple walked out in practice. Cromartie, he got suspended.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, they had so many discipline problems.
Yeah, I mean, they gave up big plays. I mean, it just wasn't the same defense that you've seen a year ago.
And I apologize, I was wrong. I was incorrect. It was they named the DC from Arizona, James Belcher. As their new D coordinator, which is good. Again, that's a guy who developed. Look at that secondary they had in Arizona
for the Giants.
Yeah, for the Giants, James Belcher. Yeah, Betcher.
See, I would rather probably gone with Del Rio.
Yeah, I mean, he's a hard-nosed guy. Sometimes you run into conflict with guys who have maybe the thought process was, I know him and Shurmur are close, but maybe the thought process was, hey, we don't want to put two NFL head coaches together. It could cause a little bit of philosophy conflict.
Yeah, you worked
maybe
with Fox.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens all the time. Guys go from head coach to coordinator.
Yeah.
I've seen head coaches go down to wide receiver coaches.
Sure.
I mean, it's
when he was in Denver, it was like him and John Fox. John Fox was coach, and then
right. And I think it's invaluable for some people like that. With like in Arizona, where Betcher is coming from, they are hiring Jim Coldwell as their offensive coordinator, a former head coach.
Right.
But you're also looking at a guy who this is his first go around.
Guy we were just talking about, Jim Schwartz.
Right. Yeah.
He's in
D coordinator. If he stayed there the rest of his life, I'd be okay with it. I mean, not saying he's not a head coach, but he's such a great defensive coordinator.
But you know what? When he was with the Lions, that's when the Lions, I think they went to the playoffs.
Yeah, no, they did. You're right. Yeah, you're right. They were a good team.
I was surprised when they fired him.
Guys,
I was too.
In my mind, if I'm making a coaching staff and you ask me to hire a defensive coordinator, if I'm a head coach,
he's top of my list.
You know who's top of my list, and it's because he learned he wasn't a head coach? Is Wade Phillips.
I was just gonna say the old man.
I would go, my top D coordinator would be either Fangio or Jim Schwartz.
I would always go with Wade, man. That guy's been around forever.
Those are good options. I mean, I'm interviewing those guys too, Mike.
I mean, you look at
you're right. Yeah.
You look what Fangio did with 49ers.
Right.
You know, I mean, he turned that defense into a beast.
Right, and what he just did with the Bears, turning them from last in the league to 10th.
Not just last in the league. We were historically the worst that Bears have ever had in
the
history of the Chicago Bears, which is like 100-something years old.
Right.
And your defense is always going to be good when you have that fucking middle linebacker on your team that you used to have. That white guy, the bald white guy in the middle there. Who was his name?
Mike Singletary.
He was the next guy, the other guy was pretty good too. No, I think his name was Brian something.
Oh, Brian Song.
Well, that's the thing. They got rid of him, and it was like, okay, and your defense just went, you know?
Well, and then they picked the what's his name that I refuse to remember for
John Bostic?
No, the coordinator.
Oh, Mel Tucker.
Yeah. I refuse to remember his name.
It's now a syndrome.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
But they were like historically the worst defense in Bears history.
Sure.
Yeah, it was gross.
What was it, like 3 games we were getting crushed like 40-something to 0 or some shit like that.
So bad.
But to bring them back in like in 3 years to a top 10 defense,
right?
I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Very impressive.
With mind you, this year with our entire linebacking core on IR.
Yeah, gone. See ya.
Like,
bye.
All our starters were on IR. So I mean that's very impressive. So that's why he would definitely be one of my top 2 or 3 coordinators. And Del Rio's right up there, man.
Sure.
Del Rio's what he did with Jacksonville, what he did with Denver, Minnesota.
Can't argue with you.
Like, no, I agree. I mean, they've been very good. Like you said. I mean, and you know what too? If maybe next year doesn't, or the next 2 years doesn't go and work out well for the Jets, I'll tell you something. If I'm out there, if I'm a new head coach and I want a little bit of head coaching experience, maybe to help me along with it, and a good defense. Maybe Todd Bowles is out of New York. I'm taking a chance on Todd Bowles just the same rate we're saying take a chance on Del Rio.
Herm Edwards going to Arizona.
University.
I know. University of Arizona.
He doesn't even know what the fuck. He doesn't even know what the fuck the fucking mascot is in Arizona.
Playing to win the game.
Saw that. Yeah.
I'm actually going to pay attention to them to see how they do, because I love the guy. I think he's a great coach.
Think about this. Quick sidebar
Who's
here.
that?
But 2 guys.
Herm Edwards.
Herm Edwards is the Arizona State head coach. You know who the new University of Arizona football coach is? Who was a big NFL target? Is Sumlin, Kevin Sumlin. It was at Texas A&M. Who was like a big NFL. People thought he was going to be like the next NFL guy after Johnny Manziel left there, and he's now. They're both in Arizona. Like how great. Like think about making a staff. Like I would take Herm Edwards and Kevin Sumlin and try to just figure out how the rest works. Right? Like fuck it, you know. Someone interviewed for the Seattle's OC job and stuff like that, but
Jay Stevens says we all look sexy on camera.
Yeah.
And Lance agrees.
I know. I'm seeing this. I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Fucking Lance. He's probably having a dance party right now by himself.
Pants off, dance off, baby.
Hot Lance.
There he is.
Eat the sandwich.
But I didn't know Herm got.
Yeah, Arizona State.
Yeah.
Arizona. He left ESPN, and they asked him a question.
Well, he's been coaching college kids here and there, in certain bowls and stuff and whatnot.
You know what he did?
The years.
You know what he did? Like in my mind, he kind of took on that Dungy role after he got out of coaching. Like he was kind of that, hey, I'm going to resurrect your career type guy. Like who did?
Like he hasn't eaten a sandwich in 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of look?
Yeah.
Sunken in cheeks,
Yeah. But that's kind of that, like what those guys did, and then I mean Dungy probably will never get back into it. But I mean you look at Herm, he's trying to get back. I think Herm wants to get back to the NFL.
Well, I'd fucking love to have him. I think he's a great coach.
Guy,
yeah, he is.
And like he caught a bad break in
New York,
Kansas City.
In New York.
Yeah, he did in New York too. I thought when he was in Kansas City, he caught a little bad break there too.
He was on the downturn of that whole roster and general manager and shit. So
like when they were just and that's Derek Thomas just passed away.
Yeah,
that whole
right.
Yeah, and
Marcus Allen left.
Your coordinators, not coordinators. Your quarterback was like Trent Green on the back end of his career.
Dude,
on the back end of his career, though. The back end of his career.
No, he went right from the Jets to KC. He probably should have stepped down to a D coordinator role at that point for a couple of years and built it back up.
Well, no, you don't want to do that. Not when you're a new coach like that, because then you always get put back. Well, you couldn't make it as a coach, so you went back to a D coordinator.
I'm just saying.
When you're a new coach, you want to get out there and have another coaching career because
it is nice he did get another shot immediately, but again, it was like I said, it was not the right time in KC.
I think in today's NFL, that doesn't happen though. Still, I think in today's NFL, you don't see that a lot. You don't. I mean, Yeah, we didn't have any this year. We didn't have any
Dick
guys.
Duran went from the Bears to the Bills, but actually he did a year. Where did he? No, he went right to the Bills.
And that's exactly. I think that honestly might be one
Lovie
of the
Smith?
last few. Yeah,
Lovie Smith.
It doesn't happen as much anymore, though. It doesn't happen.
Dave Wannstedt. Oh my God, they're all Bears coaches.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I mean, come on now. Like, you're not seeing guys. You're not seeing guys go right from one job to another. You know, you just. It doesn't. You go back. You go back to doing something else. You might go do TV. You might go do something else, but you're not going right back into another job.
Right. Some of these guys need a break.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Which really surprised me when the Bears hired John Fox, because like I thought at that time, he just had a heart condition.
That was 1-for-1 too, wasn't it? He got fired and then he left. Yeah, that's probably one of the last I can remember in the last few years.
I mean, and I was wondering about that. I was kind of happy because he had experience, and I thought he was going to do us a little bit better than what we did. But I kind of always thought the plan was that he was brought in to bring stability into the locker room, because at that time, before he came in there, the Trustman years, it was unbelievable. He completely lost the locker room. People were going off the chains. The roster was all fucked up. And they just started all from top to bottom. They fired all the GMs and all that shit.
Everybody, clean house, yeah.
And I thought, like, they brought him in there and with Fangio to fix that defense, to bring in a different culture, like a more stable culture, youth movement. And then I thought, like, the plan was to get him out and let Gase take over.
Yeah.
And the Gase was going to bring the youth movement. And no, I'm good. So, but then, like, Gase getting the job over Miami kind of screwed things up a little bit. So I think that's why, like, this was all kind of by design. And I like that. And I see certain teams that could benefit by that. And I think Del Rio could bring that to another team, like the Browns, where like, you want to bring that winning culture in.
Yeah.
You want to bring that, like, passion.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. I think you're spot on about Fox, Mike. I think you're spot on.
Spot on.
You need that guy to, like, when you got a team that's so out of sorts, that has no identity, that has they lost the locker room, it's all fucked up. You got these guys from another regime that doesn't fit any kind of system right now. Some guys, I mean, we had Jared Allen on the team.
Yeah, that was so. That doesn't make fucking, between that and trading Greg Olson just blows my mind.
It was just
around that
a
time.
mess of a team. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on. So you bring these guys in, they change the scheme. So now you have a reason to unload some of this money, and everyone's like, "What the fuck are they doing?" But then, like, they developed a culture. You start seeing. You and I noticed. We're watching the games. We're like, "Wow, these guys are hitting a little harder." They're not really winning the games, but you're like, "This kid's hitting hard," and you might see something in this kid, and like, and you really kind of seen it this year. Like last year, there was a lot of injuries. This year's a lot of injuries too. Which, by the way, thank fucking God they got rid of their goddamn
strength and conditioning quarter. Oh my goodness!
Fuck you!
I was literally. I may or may not have rubbed one out after I read that article.
Poor guy's got a family,
right?
Poor guy's got a fucking
fuck
family.
him. Fuck his family. Put him on IR.
Let's put it this way: if he loved his family, he would have done better.
Woo! There's the hot take from John Silverhead.
But
wow, fuck that guy.
This year, like you were calling it out, and I sent that article. I posted an article and I tagged you in it because, like, you start seeing things happen. You see the potential there, but, like, you also see that Fox can't run that machine. Like, he doesn't know how to operate.
He's not a rebuilding coach, man. He's not a rebuilding coach.
No, he's the rebuilding coach. But he's not the coach to take him to that next level.
Right.
He's the one that brought that stability, built the foundation, and brought everything together and put the talent together. But he doesn't know how to drive.
Take it over now. Get us over the mountain.
Right. I'll tell you this. When John Fox was hired, I was very shocked that he took the job that he did. I thought that he would take the year off. I saw that Bears.
There's another coach from one.
I thought, yeah, exactly. I saw that Bears team kind of. You guys, I feel like saw it too. You kind of saw you had to buy into the rebuild. You had to buy into the rebuild, and I didn't see. I look at a young coach as the coach that I want for a rebuild. A new fucking energy. Like, you don't know where you're gonna get. It's cool.
Well,
McVay.
Whereas the Giants today, the coach is like Sherman. He's an adult.
Yeah.
He's mature.
Yeah.
They wanted an older guy.
And that's exactly. And you know what, too? That's exactly why somebody like Pat Sherman. This is why his situation works out well. Because, and I will be wrong. I will say this. I preached it all year, guys, and I did. I will be wrong. Eli will be back in New York. I can take my lumps on that one.
There we
I was
go.
wrong, okay. Because of Pat Shurmur, though. Because of Pat Shurmur, though. Because Pat Shurmur sees the opportunity to be a Mike McCarthy.
He's calling the offensive plays. Yeah.
Draft his quarterback this year, potentially at number 2, maybe. If he sees one of those 3 guys that he likes, and he takes him at number 2 this year, well, all right, Eli. We've still got that fucking Giants team. What did we say a few minutes ago? That Giants team, we like what they have on paper. Yeah. You look at that Giants team on paper, and you're like,
and it's still there.
Fuck me.
It is. No,
fuck me. That's a good team.
They're all rested and healed by now.
Exactly.
And you figure they're gonna have a top 5 draft pick?
They're number 2.
They're
number 2. Yeah.
Here's what you do: you draft quarterback number 1, then you trade number 2, and just backload the shit out of your draft, and just you draft as many players as you can.
Or do you draft the quarterback number 1? And then trade Eli.
It's going to depend.
You
guys,
don't trade Eli.
It's going to depend. It's going to depend on
who would pick up Eli.
Where you see the Broncos. It's going to depend on where you see.
No, we wouldn't go there. I keep saying that.
You trade to Eli, and then you can pick up a couple first, maybe get another first round.
Eli's going to be in New York. What I think is better option.
Get a running back.
Say you like Josh Allen.
One and back.
Say you like Josh Allen, right? Say you like.
I like Josh Allen.
Okay. Josh Allen's probably going to go around 20th overall.
That's what he was waiting for.
He's probably going to go 20th overall. If you've got a team that needs a running back, I mean, you have to think that Cleveland's probably going to go quarterback at 1, Darnold or the other one.
No, they're not going to go quarterback. They just drafted a quarterback last year.
Yeah, but he sucks, and they've already said he's not the future. Develop. But they've said they have picked 1 first overall and 4th overall. That's the 2 picks they have. So, anyways, if you
know what?
think,
okay,
so they can take a shot.
Here's my point.
Hold the press.
Okay,
if you're the Cleveland Browns, enough picking number 1 at quarterback. You're fucking killing these kids.
Okay,
Tim Couch, fucking
Manziel.
Johnny Manziel.
Are you going to tell me? Are you going to tell me right now that a quarterback's not going to go 1 overall in the draft? I don't care what team picks him.
No, they will.
But that's all I need.
If you're the Browns, do not go quarterback.
At what point do you say, let's get a journeyman quarterback in free agency?
An Alex Smith.
John Dorsey is their new GM. Why not trade for Alex Smith?
Go after an Alex Smith. Go after a Tyrod Taylor. Go after one of these guys that has go get Blake Bortles.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Is Josh McCown a free agent?
Yes.
He could be a Brown again.
I know. He's like, no, bring me back.
I'm telling you why. But in this Browns talk, why not? If you're
the Jets, you keep McCown even as a backup.
The new GM in Cleveland is John Dorsey, who was the GM that brought Alex Smith to Kansas City.
That's what I mean.
So go if you're Cleveland, go get him. All right. So that's fine. Here's my point though.
Play.
So if you're gonna make that move, all right. So my move then would be, because I have picks 1 and 4. I'm moving off 1 then if I'm Cleveland. If I'm not taking a quarterback, I'm moving off 1. So here's my point with the Giants. If they're sitting there at 2 and Saquon Barkley is still there, all right, the running back from Penn State, who is by far and away I think going to be the best player to come out of this draft. Okay, if Saquon Barkley is still there and you want to move back, as you said, Mike, and stockpile and rebuild that offensive line, a la the Jets when they drafted Shaw Ferguson and Nick Mangold in the same draft. You move back to the mid-20s. Maybe there's a team that's needy for a running back there, and you pull off the mother load. You pull off the mother load. Like, do you know what the second overall pick is worth?
No.
Do you know what the second overall pick is worth nowadays? That's 2 first rounders and a second rounder.
You're talking about the Bears fans. We know what the second round pick is worth.
Oh, according to the movie The Draft, it's worth 2 second-round picks.
We know what it's worth. We're Bears fans. We've seen.
Dude, I'm telling you, what you get from that. I mean, look at why Cleveland has 2 picks.
But here's the thing. Here's
in the first
here's
4.
what you do. If that talent of that running back is that special, you take him.
You take him. But you take him with. You either take him or you take him in a trade negotiation.
You take him because he can be a special teams returner as well.
Is he Adrian Peterson special?
No. He's not to that level. I mean, he's
how special? If you had to compare him to like a pro,
he's easily Fournette.
Then you take him.
Okay, but that's fine with me. But Mike,
you can always address. You can get decent linemen later in the draft, or you can get free agency.
But here's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you're looking The Giants are in an invaluable spot because you can take that second overall pick and you can look to stockpile.
I understand what you're saying.
And you build a war chest, and you can come back up later if you like a guy.
I understand what you're saying, but here's
of course he likes guys.
But here's the thing: like when I personally prefer when the team grabs guys off of free agency for the line because they're already developed more.
Sure.
A lot of these guys you get them right off when they're first rounders. Like being a Bears fan, Chris Williams. Gabe Karimi, and a few amongst many others.
Right.
They kind of just shit the bed.
Sure.
Flowers. Eric Flowers.
Eric Flowers,
they just got over there in Giants.
And I'm not even saying, but at the same time, I'm not even saying to rebuild that line because, as we've just said, we like the Giants team. Like if you gave me the option, if you gave me the option of picking one team in the top 10 right now, and I had to bet them next year to win the Super Bowl, one team in the top 10 right now, it's them. It's them.
They have a good shot at it, but I honestly like if
because they're stacked, they're loaded. So go get yourself better players at other positions.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You need a running back. Back.
So that's why it makes sense. I'm saying is you have that leverage in a trade negotiation.
You do still have Eli, so you don't. You're not forced to get
their O line needs. Yeah, they've got to scour the wire.
You can address that through free agency, and you can draft.
Right.
I mean, you can pick up great. I mean, Cody Whitehair, we got in the second round.
Yeah,
Kyle Long.
You can. You can still get linemen all the way up, probably through the 5th or 6th. After that,
and sometimes it's
and I'm really stretching there with 6th round.
But it's also in your coaching.
Yeah.
Your O-line coaching.
Bears got a great O-line coach. Anyways,
but
they need O-line help. They need a running back. Defense is fine.
I would personally go for it in the free agency because then you got guys with experience.
Sure.
And then pick up some people in the draft if you can, but you go after the talent. You get that talent. If you got a running back that could take it to the house, which the Giants do not, they don't have anybody in that roster that could do that. And that's something that they're really, really missing.
What if you don't believe in any of these quarterbacks this year, but you believe in a kid that might come out next year? What if you don't buy in? What if you're the Giants and you maybe have a better record next year? You could trade back from 2. Get a first rounder next year to trade 2 first rounders up to get your guy next year. What if you don't like him enough? You got to find the replacement for Eli has to come in the next 2 drafts. It has to.
Oh, absolutely.
Agreed.
It has to. You have to find
coming
it
this year. It is. My prediction.
But where does it come?
Does it come in free agency? I mean, is it draft or is it free agency?
I mean, it won't be free agency. It's got to be the draft. If they're going to replace this guy.
But if you want win now and you got guys like Odell Beckham and some of these guys.
So basically they've got 2 picks in the top 34. They could be first or second round.
Honestly, I would go after
maybe the kid, Mason Rudolph, the kid from Oklahoma State, would be like your 4th. Like if Baker Mayfield is the 4th best quarterback in this draft, and they don't think he'll make it past 13 with Washington.
Really?
Yeah. Which is crazy to me.
That's fucking ridiculous, Washington.
Well, why not go after
No, Washington.
Why not go get Kirk Cousins?
Because Kirk Cousins is going to be in Buffalo.
No.
Washington's not going to front the money. It's
Kirk Cousins
just
Kirk
fucking
Cousins,
stupid. That is just
Kirk Cousins.
He is your
Kirk
franchise
Cousins,
fucking quarterback, and
Kirk
you're going to let him
Cousins is the next quarterback for the Buffalo Bills.
Gross.
You think so?
I believe in. I believe
I don't think
myself.
so. But if you bring Kirk Cousins into New York to play against the Redskins,
he's never going to play second fiddle to Eli for a year.
No.
Eli's got to go then.
No, right.
Okay, so you're saying you signed Kurt, Eli's gone.
If you bring Kurt, oh, absolutely, absolutely. So now you got a younger, more mobile quarterback, and then you give him Odell Beckham. You give him, who knows, maybe Brandon Marshall comes back.
Well, what are the Giants on the hook for?
Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram. You know what I mean? And then you go and you draft that young rookie
Saquon
running
Barkley.
back. Yeah. Now you got a fucking.
Dude, I'm telling you, this Barkley kid's the real fucking.
Because now you don't need such a huge front line. You know what I mean? Because Eli can't fucking move.
Take the pressure off of him.
But Cousins he's a little more mobile, so now you can work in, some bootlegs. You can run in some play action. Right now, who the fuck's buying your play action? You can't run a goddamn ball.
It would cost the Giants $12.4 million if they cut him this offseason.
Trade him.
You could move him though. I think he's moving.
And he's got a no trade clause in his contract. So, anything else?
I think you'll work around that. You'll be, Daddy, I want to get traded.
Yeah, like he did the draft day. He's a fucking idiot.
I'm reading it. No trade clause. Shit.
Oh, go ahead.
Where are you going, Caleb? Are you going pee?
Hey, go pee.
So.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? We'll probably end up taking a break here. Let's just take a break while he goes pee.
Right. Nice.
Right. Let me figure out what I got to do here. You got it, Todd, or am I going? I guess I'm doing it here. If I can figure it out.
Yeah. New stuff, people. Sorry.
following program is an exclusive DisruptionNetworks.com production.
You're listening to the D-Line.
I forgot that.
We back. We here.
Let's.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh.
.com.
Oh, that's my fucking.
Yeah, what happened there?
It's my laptop. I left the speaker on.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Oh, so now Silver did a little bit.
Yeah.
Silver, timeout for you.
That's called justice, ladies and
Hot
gentlemen.
lunch.
Man, 10 minutes of timeout for you.
Right? Like, he breaks my balls all out of production problems all the time.
Now, gentlemen, big
Awesome.
big happenings today. Big happenings today on the fuotball spectrum. We're an NFL show, but damn, you know what's coming back?
I
The
can't
XFL,
wait.
I heard.
The XFL from Vince McMahon.
I can't wait. 2020.
And he says
we
it's
gotta
going
wait
to be
a few years.
toned down too. It's not going to be what the XFL of what it was before.
No. It looks like they're going to talk to doctors
I
and
heard,
as far as the concussion
He's
rules.
coming back.
Well, probably as a coach. I can't imagine as a fucking player. I mean, it's almost by the time it comes back, it'll be 21 years since it debuted in 2001.
Yeah.
But they started it in '99. But so yeah, it would be 19 years since the kickoff.
Dude, it's wild. I mean, to see like today, one of the biggest clips I saw was the Jeff Brom, Brian Brom, the quarterback of Louisville, his brother, who's now the coach of Purdue, basically got absolutely eviscerated by like a D tackle. Like I think they might have just let him run full bore 20 from 20 yards back and just hit him.
Oh yeah.
And Brom comes back the next week and is like, "Yeah, do I still have a pulse? Yeah, I'm gonna play." And that's like the ultimate moment from the XFL,
Awesome.
And Jeff Brom tweeted today, who is the head coach at Purdue, the University of Purdue football team, texted today, "I still have a pulse." And I'm like, get that motherfucker back in the game and let's see him again.
That's awesome.
But to be honest with you, I think this brings up a big debate that we've had a lot. We've talked about all year, guys. I think it really brings up the not the ratings issue, but the popularity issue of the NFL.
It's as before, everybody watched the first week. Ratings took a nosedive second week and then on. I mean, the football was subpar. People got tired of the gimmick.
Sure.
And don't forget, some of the biggest names in the sport were hurt.
Right.
When you get rid of J.J. Watt, Aaron Rodgers,
No, he's talking about XFL.
No, I thought you were talking about the sport
in comparison.
Right.
We're looking at a little. Basically, what I'm saying is
it's going to start after NFL.
And we're also looking at an NFL that is on the ratings wise has been on the decline. All right, there's other, like you said, there's mitigating circumstances. You put it perfectly, like injuries and certain things that have turned people off to the game. But I'll tell you, man, not much of a better time for Vince McMahon to relaunch this. I mean, I don't think he could have. He nailed it. He really did.
But that's right now.
Yeah. Who knows? 2 years.
2 years from now, it could be a completely different world.
Sure.
Right.
If the NFL is saying, "Oh shit, they're going to do this XFL," you watch. The NFL is going to go out there and they're going to really push hard to change all this.
Yeah. I know a lot of people, man, that and it's not a conversation we like to have, especially on our show. But I know a lot of people that stopped watching the NFL because a lot of the political stuff that happened this year.
Right. And McMahon said he's not, football. There's no place for it. Just like in our show, there's no place for politics here. It's football.
And agree with it or not. It's still that part of the game. I have my certain feelings, Mike. You have yours, John. You have your certain feelings about those issues, but when it comes down to it, are we looking at something? I don't think, obviously, it's never going to overtake the NFL. But were we looking at something that Vince McMahon saw the opportunity to say, "Hey, you know what? I can go in there and I can take some of those viewers, and I can bring them over to the hardcore football, that American football idea." It's kind of like what Donald Trump tried to do when he started his football league.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Donald Trump didn't start that football league.
The only way I think
Donald Trump ruined that football league.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
The only way I think it works,
the face of that football league.
The only way I think it works is you got to almost do it as a farm league. You got to almost do it in conjunction with the NFL, not against the NFL.
And I really think that's a great idea.
Yeah, a farm league. He really should work with the NFL as a farm league.
How awesome would that be?
The talent. There's a huge difference in talent level. I mean, you watch those games, and quarterbacks were having a hard time with dinky-dunky passes.
Yeah.
O linemen the level drops down big time after the NFL. Cornerbacks, those are two big positions where there's just a huge leap of talent level.
And they're picking up these guys from Arena League. They're picking them up from Canada. You know, like you used to have the World League as kind of like a farm thing, but like you need a farm league.
You're exactly right, Mike. That's put perfectly. And you know what? Too, that gives the opportunity to. That gives the opportunity to, if you're the NFL. If you have that farm league, right? If you have a farm league, and it's tough because people are still going to have the connotation of this XFL as the WWE football league.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they're still going to have that connotation. But what's great about a farm league is it gives you the chance to expand your draft. Okay, now instead of having a 7-round draft, it's going to get, like for the average fan, like you won't watch that last day or whatever like that. But you could expand it into 14 rounds if you wanted to, because now you can draft talent that you can put and develop, and now you're giving more coaches jobs.
I don't know about 14. Make it up to 9.
But, okay, who cares? It doesn't even really matter. It doesn't even really matter.
It's actually better. You don't even have to draft them.
Yeah, you can sign a guy or anything like that.
They're free agents,
undrafted free agents.
But it's just that more. It's more of that pop. It's more of that pizzazz of, hey, like this is a draft.
Should they have to enter the waiver wire system so the bottom teams get first poke?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think you treat it just like undrafted free agent, where you could just send your scouts to those teams, just like you would, Arena League and whatnot. They do now.
Yeah, we've seen so many. The NFL,
or you have your team affiliate, farm teams like you do.
Yeah. Right now,
NHL,
there's going to be 8 teams in the XFL. They're all going to be owned by WWE and the new enterprise he created.
WWE has nothing to do with it.
Alpha Entertainment.
Alpha Entertainment. Yeah, that's it.
They're keeping it
that's the company I couldn't think of. Yeah, Alpha Entertainment. They're all going to be owned by that company. They're not going to be franchises like the NFL.
We got Miss Erica Williams from England checking in.
All right, Cincinnati Bengals.
Erica, the Bungles. But I think that's because the NFL tried to do that a few years ago. Again, after the world teams and after all of these other attempts to try to create a minor league, they tried to do that. Actually, there was a team in New York on the island. There was a team, and there was about 8 or 9 other teams. I remember Taj Boyd. If you remember Taj Boyd, who played at Clemson, he was the quarterback there. He actually won a national championship. He was drafted by the Jets. He played in that league, but it just went nowhere. Because minor league sports, and take it from a guy who knows it with baseball, minor league sports is all about promotion. Get the fans' asses in the seats. Because you go down to the audit, and I love everything that the Comets have done. When you talk about minor league sports, you're not talking about everybody knows who Darren Archibald is. Everybody might know who Carter Banks is, the captain of the team. But beyond that, you don't know.
I got no clue.
But still, you would go to a game.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's entertainment and it would be a good time. That's what minor league sports are.
But people in Utica know who they are. You know what I mean?
Most of them. It's not an overwhelming population that really know the full lineup and what they've done and where they come from.
But there are diehard fans here in Utica who know these guys. And it's kind of bring up the point I was going to make up next was now you can go to these smaller towns. So like your New York Cities, your LAs, they're going to stick with the NFL.
Yeah, they aren't. They don't give a fuck.
Your Rochesters. You know what I mean? Your
Utica, man. Why not bring some excitement? Do the excitement thing. Bring. Look at how much excitement this fucking minor league hockey team brought to Utica.
Or some teams like that. That you could bring in a farm team, and these guys are going to be superstars in that town. I mean, like you said, look what happened with the Comets.
Yeah,
right.
But can you imagine now? Look at Tebow.
Yeah,
Tebow would have a place to play.
You're right.
Think about if you're a minor league team, Mike. To exactly your point, another name too. I'll drop it in. I want you to finish that. Johnny Manziel.
If he wasn't on crack,
Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel comes to Utica.
He's cleaned himself up, and a CFL team has put him on the time clock. They're like, you've got till the end of the month to agree to our deal.
Or a guy like Josh Gordon that might fuck up again and want to play, or some of these guys that might be considered too old. Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
Says he can still play at a high level, but nobody's really wants to give him a chance.
Dude, if he wants
he goes to this league and starts playing this league and kills it, people are like, oh, fuck. Getting into playoff time. We need a guy.
You put a team in Rochester at the fucking soccer stadium they have there that holds about 10,000 people, and you put fucking any one of those 3 people you just mentioned on that team. I don't care if the offensive line in front of Reggie Bush is the 3 of us and my 2 fat-ass friends that are at home. All right? People are still going to fucking come out to that game and pack that fucking bar.
I will 3-point stance the fuck out of you.
Yeah. Man, I mean, come on.
But
like,
seriously,
I'll learn how to play offensive line for that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's go.
If there's a league like this, right, now, and like, you mean to tell me they're not going to give Tim Tebow a chance to be a starting quarterback? Yeah. Just out of, like,
just to get asses in the seats.
And he's going to want to take
That's why Tim Tebow's playing fucking baseball, boys. That's why Tim Tebow's playing baseball, is to put asses in the fucking seats.
Exactly. So now you give that guy there that didn't quite make it in the NFL, but maybe, could have been different coaching, whatever. He's got something to prove.
How long ago was that Pittsburgh game, playoff game with Tebow? Was it?
That was
4 or 5 years ago.
2012?
Roughly. What was the year that
5 years ago?
Right before the next year they got Eli Manning, so Peyton Manning, sorry, my bad.
That was McDaniel's last year, so it was 12, right?
Shit in a hammock. Tim Tebow's rookie year.
Yeah. But dude, think about what the buzz that would bring to some communities if they took this
2010.
This idea 2000. Oh, Jesus Christ. I was a senior in high school. If you took
But like look at like Doug Flutie, like he had to go up to Canada and just ruled it. Like Tebow could be the next Doug Flutie in that alternate league.
And all of these other leagues don't seem to want to have that filter or that line to the NFL. Like Canada, they don't want anything to do with it. They're up there having a good old time. And the players up there are having a good time. I have buddies that I had a buddy that played a year in Canada that I went to college with. I have guys that I know that have tried out for those teams. There's no fucking line right to the NFL from there. But if you have something, you also think about it too with the NFL. You can keep your practice squad shit. Okay, that's fine. Or you can get rid of your practice squad, keep your affiliate close to your city you play in. For instance, how hard would it be if you're the Giants or Jets to put your minor league affiliate in Albany? Okay, you put them in Albany, and if you need a guy for the game that weekend, okay, well Tuesday we got a bad injury. Hey, bring Reggie Bush down, from Albany. We need him here this week to practice with us. Like, why not? And you're also putting more coaches to work.
Right.
More guys. There's guys out there that have so much ability to coach, and yes, some of them will be a step down. I know my best friend who's a college football coach right now. He coaches in West Virginia. He would love the opportunity to do something like this.
You know how many of these guys get cut every year?
When I owned the Oneida County Titans football team back in 2009, Plaxico Burris was in the prison in Marcy.
Yeah.
I emailed his parole officer or his lawyer to see if we could get him out on some kind of.
If you fist fuck me, we'll be even.
Some kind of work release to play for our team and boost the economy and help.
Dude, exactly.
And I'm like, I'm going to try everything I can to put asses in seats and make our team better.
Yeah.
I mean, I figured it was a win-win to put a better face on his product and my product at the same time.
Yeah.
I never got a response, but I fucking tried.
Well, you know what? That's what it is. You
I didn't probably make it through a spam filter.
But you tried, and that's the way it is. That's what you need.
Listen, Erica from England just checking in. She said the NFL is coming to England and is bringing excitement here where they have the British American football. So you're going to leave the Bengals? You're not going to be a Bengals fan anymore?
Actually, there's 3 games in Britain next year.
Man, 3 of them.
Be a good reason to get rid of the Bengals, though. I mean, they're not looking good.
Send them over to London. I've heard that.
I can tell you which teams. Hang on, I got it earlier. Son of a
expansion talks all over the place aren't unheard of. I mean, there was talks.
It's so tough though to bring these guys all the way to London and like, especially if they're going to bring a team in London.
You'd have to bye week.
She's not going to see the Bengals.
No Bengals?
No, it's Seattle and Oakland, Philly and Jacksonville. That'll be a good game.
Philly and Jacksonville.
That'll be a great
game. The fucking Super Bowl. What it should have been.
And Tennessee and the Chargers. So that's what she's getting next year.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's like you said, Mike, it would be very tough going across the pond to do that. But look at those fans. I mean, it's an experience for them. They don't have. It's so funny to see those games overseas because they don't have a rooting base.
Right.
You see all
so
32.
They don't get the real experience.
All 32 in those stands. So it's like it would be cool to give them a team, but at the same time, like you have to bye week every team that comes back from there. I'm thinking about Miami. That put Miami in their tailspin, coming back from there and having to play the next week.
Tough.
It is. You have to be buyed the week after.
Well, that first week really screwed them with the storm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that also that contributed too
because they try to give teams. I thought they tried to give teams a bye week after that game.
That's what I'm saying. You'd have to be buyed. You'd have to be buyed the week after.
You're bye.
Well,
every week.
Oh, I just pooped a little.
But no, I think it's time for the NFL to explore opportunities of a minor league and affiliated football.
I do too. And this would be the perfect example because then the NFL wouldn't have to fork over the money for it.
Sure.
The XFL would do it. And then, like I said, it gives smaller cities a chance to boost their economy. Instead of trying to share a market with a bigger.
Yeah.
Like why put another team in Buffalo?
Yeah.
You can't segregate.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. What 8 cities is he picking? Is he going to pick another fucking city in Texas? He's probably going to pick San Antonio or
definitely,
something. So they've already got 2 NFL teams.
San Antonio's definitely. Yeah. I mean, that's got to be a team.
And he's probably going to pick a team in LA and another New York City team, and it's like these fucking markets already have teams.
Pick a Rochester
Get people out to
team.
Yeah. Go to Rochester. I'd go fucking see a game in Rochester. Why not? Why the fuck wouldn't we?
Why not the Connecticut?
Yeah.
Demons.
Yeah, exactly. Harvard. Yeah. Harvard's got plenty of room.
Yeah.
That would be a great place to put them. So I hope it's done properly. I hope it's done with, and I hope Vince McMahon isn't just doing this in his people. It's not just Vince McMahon, obviously. We know there's many a head behind this, but I hope those people are thinking about an opportunity that in 5 or 10 years, you say, hey, let's affiliate. Let's not do this just to stick it up the NFL's ass because
that's why he's taking his time.
Times.
He's not rushing it. He's not going to be as gimmicky as he was last time.
Exactly.
He's taking a serious approach to it to be a competitor to the NFL and not just a wrestling gimmick.
You're exactly right.
He doesn't want to be a gimmick.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a big line that he really pushed today in that speech was gimmick. We're not a gimmick anymore. It's not going to be. It's not going to be fucking he hates me and shit like that. And all that stuff.
Great. Put their last name on their fucking jersey and let's play some fucking decent football.
There's many guys that haven't gotten the chance.
Right.
I agree with that.
There's so many guys that are cut every year. Like that kid that was on the Bears this year that everyone was hoping that he was going to be the next big wide receiver. Tanner Gentry. Right. Here's a kid. Might
first name basis
needs a little. Needs a little development. You know what I mean? Like maybe he plays a few years in there and develops his skill. There's so many guys cut. There's so many guys that are past their prime, what they say, or coming off a big injury, so then things pass them by. Coaches that are looking for a shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, you think about like just the in the NBA, an NBA reference for you. Like the NBA used to have the AN1 league, which was like a blacktop game in New York City. Because there's a lot of good basketball players down there that just may not have had the opportunity that the next guy did. Okay? There's a guy named Rafer Alston. Skip to My Lou was his name when he played in the N1 League. He played another 8 years in the NFL. He played another 8 years in the NFL or the NBA after he had left the N1 League. It was a way for him to piggyback and get to the next level. And that's what it's all about because as a scout or as somebody who evaluates talent, you like there's never a time where you turn it off, man. You go out, I have my couple buddies that I have and my boss who's a scout. I mean, there's this is in baseball, but there's not a time you turn it off. You go out and you see a kid throwing a ball and you're like, wow, that's pretty fucking good, man. Like you like what they do, you like their actions. You can't turn it off because you never know where you'll find the next guy.
Right.
So that's what a lot of these guys that, and you guys know this too.
I mean, guys always turn you on.
Well, yeah, exactly. but my point at the end of the day too is guys want this because as you two know, and as I know in another sport, you want to be dragged off that field and told you can't play anymore. not the fact that you got cut by a team.
Mm-hmm.
You want that opportunity still, and you don't want to be told that it's over. You want to be okay with it yourself. That was one thing that I came to grips with during my baseball career when I hung it up. I had to tell myself that it was over.
Did we hear anything about like how many games there were going to be, how long the season was going to be?
At best, he gave us it'll start in January or February. 8 teams. It didn't really say. It said a 4-team playoff.
Yeah.
So
I'm wondering, like, okay, let's say there's a couple guys out there that like
light it up.
Well, they want to play, but they don't want to play a full NFL season. They don't want to play 16 games. And
why wouldn't they?
Well, they just can't handle no more. They're old. They
I mean, the money. I mean, that's why they play. They're there to feed their families.
If you've been playing 15 years and you got,
I don't think you're going to get a lot. I don't think you're going to get a lot of old guys in this league.
I don't know. I just think there's some people that still want to play, but they don't want to play that full.
No, that's why you play is to play in the NFL.
I think you're going to
play for camaraderie. Why do you play for free?
What?
Why do you play for free?
Competition.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think you're going to get a lot of those guys. I think you're going to get a lot of those guys, for instance, from like an Alabama.
Yeah, but why would they only play half an NFL season when they could play against the best? I mean, my point. Competition.
They already played.
I want to play. Why would you want to play against shitty ass talent and make $16,000?
You already had a career. You're like, I'm done. I don't want to feel the pain anymore.
Well, then why would you play the XFL? You would just fucking go in the booth with Jay Cutler and smoke a cigarette.
Because why do you play amateur football?
Yeah, but you're talking like apples in a fucking Volkswagen. No. I mean, they're not even related.
At 40,
that makes no sense to play half an NFL season. All right, I've had my 2 months off. Now I'm going to join the XFL. No.
You're done playing with the NFL. You're like, you know what?
You're gone.
Yeah, you're like,
it's over. You're over.
I don't want to play.
But you don't want to hang
16 games and go through a whole summer of off-season training camp and all that shit. I don't want to do that anymore.
So now you're, let's say it's a 10-game XFL season.
I just want to go and play some games, have a team atmosphere, and still play football.
But you're still going to have to do all that shit.
You're not going to have to go a whole summer of training camp. You're not going to have to go.
Well, you're going to have to go in all fall.
No.
You know, if they start, let's say, because I know him, he's going to fucking start in January. That's where the cockiness comes in. He's going to start instead of waiting till the Super Bowl goes. He's probably going to start in January, which means November and December of getting ready, and probably December full of training camps for these teams.
If he's smart, he would start in like February
or March. Yes, I agree with you 100%.
Right off
let the hunger of football, go right into it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because if you try doing it in January, you got the playoffs. It would just be stupid. Nobody even cares.
That's what killed the USFL.
That's why you got to start. Just as people like you're getting off of football, you're like, oh, football's over. Oh, well, we got this.
That's why I really want him to start like late February. That'd be great. Give me 2 weeks off, so I'm yearning a little bit more.
Yeah.
Bam, XFL, and
I just think I think you guys put it perfectly though. I think it's got to be, if you're going to do that though, it's got to be in more of instead of national markets, it's got to be in local markets.
Yeah.
Your Raleigh, North Carolinas.
There you go.
Your Rochester, New Yorks. Your Mobile, Alabamas. Okay.
Alabama would be a great place.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like
because
people go out and watch
Alabama.
games. There's no pro sports. Where there's nothing. You have nothing to get excited about.
You put a team like that in Alabama, dude, they will come out.
Hartford, Connecticut.
You're Akron, Ohio.
Thank you very much. We've just made the fucking league right there. And you know what? People are gonna go out
Anchorage,
to
Alaska.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
That was
sure.
Travel would suck.
But you know what? You're gonna put people in the stands because they're gonna be like, wow, you know that family of four that's combined incomes $80,000 a year. You're gonna be like, wow, we can go out and see the Rochester fucking Knights.
You got to put a team in Vegas.
Yeah.
No. Well, they're moving the Raiders there.
We
Never
can
mind.
we can go out and see the fucking Mobile Jaguars play for $20 altogether for our tickets, and then another $40-$50 in experience stuff with food and stuff like that. And we got out of there for $80. Where you go to one of these NFL games,
we haven't even bought a ticket yet.
We're in Mobile, Alabama. You forgot, so we've got to travel to New Orleans, all right, or Jacksonville, okay, and we've got to pay the travel costs. Well, damn, we aren't staying in the car probably if we got 2 kids.
Who you find affiliation to? Like, who's your team? Like, who you find that connection with?
Well, and that's the thing, Mike. A perfect spot like Mobile, too, is the fact that you could take – the NHL does this, okay? NHL teams will share – and the NBA used to do this for a while, too. They'll share farm teams. So you could take Mobile and you could say, okay, half the players on Mobile's team are going to be Jaguars farmhands and Saints farmhands. Okay, then they play together. You can call up only your guys. You can call up. This happens a lot in the NHL, like in the East Coast Hockey League, or a lot in the NBA and the D League. The D League, they used to share teams all the time. Why not? Why not do that? You've put the affiliation right in between them in Mobile. Okay, you've brought in that culture in Mobile who doesn't have anyone to root for. If you live in Alabama, you know what the one team you root for is?
Schools out that way
There's 2 teams you root for in Alabama. There's only 2. It's Auburn or Alabama. That's all you have.
Right.
Give us somebody. Oh, wow. You know what we just did? You know what we just did? Oh, Jalen Hurts just graduated? Well, us at the Mobile Jaguars, we brought in Jalen Hurts to be our quarterback. Wow. Now we're going to the game. It's perfect. It could be the perfect scheme if they really sit down. And the only problem is, here's your 2 problems, is you've got Roger Goodell's ego and you've got the chairman of the board, Vince McMahon. You've got his ego. And could they coincide? That would be the hardest part. Okay? And for me, I think it's a great idea, and I hope the NFL goes down this road at some point. But you know what? This could be a cool opportunity.
I think this is a great opportunity. In like, some of these Midwest teams, like you said, that don't have any representation of a team.
Yeah, I want Oklahoma or South Dakota
right, these guys
represented.
Have like big schools,
sure.
Like Nebraska. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
What the fuck's in Nebraska?
Right.
And then you bring a team in like Nebraska, and like there's nothing else to do.
Sure.
They don't have a hockey team. They don't have a basketball team. Yeah. They don't have a football team. So now you bring like this farm team in there. These guys are going to come to games and they're going to support and they're going to really rally behind these guys.
And you know what other idea you have too is say, take for instance, we'll use a Chicago Bear here. Say for instance, who's that middle linebacker that failed all those drug tests? Ellerby, right? Was it Ellerby?
No, this year.
Yeah,
it's
McPhee.
No, Freeman.
Freeman. Yeah,
Jarrell Freeman.
Jarrell Freeman. So Jarrell Freeman is coming off his injury and then his suspension. Okay, it's week 12, right? This is why this league would have to coincide the same time as the NFL. He's coming off his injury. Well, just the same in any other sport. You go down and you play like in baseball. You go into the system. You go to the minor league system. And you play a couple rehab games. Okay, well send him. If you're in Chicago, send him over to Sioux City, Iowa, where your fucking minor league team is, your affiliated team or your XFL team is. Send him over there. Have him play a game. You know how many people are going to come out for that game? How many people are going to fucking come out for that game?
Right.
Or Carson Wentz has got to play a rehab game. Say he was going to come back this year. Oh, send him over to Scranton. Send him over to Scranton.
They're not going to do it.
Send him over to Scranton and have him play a fucking walk game.
There's so many millions
saying,
invested in
these
these guys.
Everybody does.
Didn't
Everybody
you just
does,
go
though.
off on us about how
not your quarterback, not your marquee quarterback.
Baseball teams are invested in players, and you get to learn their whole background, and
But to see those guys,
too much of an investment.
But to see those guys in the minor leagues, I mean, you see. Okay, take away your quarterback.
Take away your quarterback.
No. Take away your quarterback.
You're dreaming.
But that happens in every sport.
I really hope it's a farm system. I really fucking do.
That's what a farm system is. It's a rehab. It's a rehab outlet. I mean, Utica gets guys from Vancouver all the time that come down here to rehab. That's what happens. You have to go somewhere to condition.
He's got to work out a deal with the NFL to be that farm system, not his own entity. Once he's his own entity, that's it. All gloves are off. It doesn't fucking matter. He might be able to steal guys from the NFL because he might pay them more.
Yeah. I was just brainstorming. It's just a brainstorming thing for me. I don't know.
I know, but he might. I mean, is a guy going to want to be on the New York Jets fucking practice squad, or is he going to want to play for $5,000 more to be on an XFL team?
I mean, you're going to get. I think at first you're going to get a lot of guys that get cut. You're going to get a lot of guys. You're not going to see a lot of real talent from
No, I agree.
Sure. It'll take a little while. Yeah.
Especially for, the marketing's in the NFL.
Right.
I mean, if you're coming up out of college, you're not going to say, "Oh, I'm going I want to get picked in the XFL. No, you want to go to the NFL.
Right.
I mean, that's where you're going to get the endorsements. That's where you're going to get the accolades. That's the
Right.
history.
And the XFL is not the only farm team system out there. There's I don't know if you've guys heard of it, the Gridiron League. They're looking to be a farm team league for the NFL. But they're only a 4-team league.
Make the push.
So
make the push and expand. You have to. If you're like, where are you going? Where are you going without stepping into the NFL offices in New York City with 4 teams? If you can expand into 16 teams, and you walk into the NFL offices, people are like, fuck, okay, let's do this. Let me, and you're Roger Goodell, and you say, because Roger Goodell, at the end of the day, as I always keep reminding everyone, represents the owners. And you're Roger Goodell, and you're like, wow, okay, I'm a fucking idiot, but you know what? That's not a bad plan.
And with, like you said earlier, if it's 16 teams, 2 teams could share a team.
That's what I'm saying.
And the worst one gets the first pick,
exactly.
and blah blah blah.
Yeah. Well, and you don't, and to your point too, you don't even need to have any sort of drafts or picks or anything like that. It's who you assign to that team. It's okay. I signed 33 undrafted free agents this year. Well, we'll bring them all to camp. We'll have a big old fucking camp, training camp. If we're the Bears,
big camp.
Yeah, big camp. If we're the Bears, and we're gonna share. You know what we're gonna do? Because it's very easy. We're gonna share a team with the Lions. Okay. Listen, you can shake your head all you want, but it's just a matter of logistics.
No. An AFC and an NFC
you
team.
wouldn't do it
That's the rule.
interconference.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay, who fucking cares?
Why do you got to be a dick about stuff, dude?
Kansas City. Okay,
there
we'll take Kansas City, and we'll have a team. We'll have a team in. I don't know.
That's not too far geographically either, so pretty good there, Caleb.
Yeah. So. I don't know. Where do you guys want? Where would you guys be happy having a team now? Now that you're not partners with the Detroit Lions.
Well, no. This is where you got to go, Akron, Ohio. So
okay, we've got our team in Akron.
But that would be like the Bills and the Jets sharing the team. You would never.
I would be happy to do that in Albany. But here's the thing. Now we have the team in Akron, Ohio. All right. Jordan Howard gets hurt. You need to have your third running back brought up. All right. Well, they're right there. Now we have a system. And as much as you guys hate to say it, and as much as it happens in all 3 other sports,
hate's a strong word.
All of the other 3 major sports, Jordan Howard maybe needs a game to get his legs back. Send him down to Akron. Let him play.
See, now that's
what I was talking about just now.
Yes,
that's what I was just talking about. That's what I was talking about earlier.
But not just I don't feel like playing a full NFL season. I want to take a step down.
That won't work, and I'll tell you why.
Why? Because you're going to put too many butts in the stands in Akron? LeBron James' hometown?
No, because the season's not going to go.
They're not going to coincide.
Yeah.
They could coincide though.
But that would be just stupid.
That would just be.
It would be tough. You're right.
Yeah, he's retarded.
I don't really think so. I mean, I think
he's
we're
spitballing.
He's
spitballing.
I think we're talking football right now. The Thursday before. I think we're talking football right now. The Thursday before the Pro Bowl and a week and a half from the Super Bowl. You guys good with that or what? You okay talking about football shit right now?
Talking about a Pro Bowl?
We're just spitballing here. We're talking about ideas. How would we improve the NFL? How are we going to improve the NFL? You know.
I liked the Pro Bowl back when a couple years ago when they did that
skills comps.
Well, they did the almost like what they're doing with the NBA now, where they drafted it. Yeah,
I didn't like that at all. I stopped watching it because of that. I'm happy at the NFC versus the AFC.
He's an idiot. I agree with you. How about the fact too? Just sidebar, like you just said, how great of an event that was. That was cool to watch. I loved watching that like fantasy draft they did.
Yeah, it's like teammates could play against each other.
Do you know that the fucking morons at the NBA are not televising their draft and they're doing that this year?
Why?
How fucking
That's such a money-making opportunity.
Thank you. How fucking stupid can you be?
Opportunity.
I tuned into that on ESPN. I remember fucking sitting on the beach. You know, the guys are sitting on the beach in fucking Hawaii watching this draft. It was a fucking great old time.
Yeah.
You know, but the NBA, you know, we don't want to make too much money. You know, because God forbid, you know, we'd make more than we should. Exactly. Thank you. So that's why I agree with you. The NFL Pro Bowl to me, this is the NFL Pro Bowl. The NFL Pro Bowl in 3 examples is Hawaii. Don't ever take it out of Hawaii. Fuck you if you take it out of Hawaii.
I liked it when it was in Hawaii.
Hawaii, skills contest, draft. That's what I want. That's what I want to see. I'm not watching the fucking game.
I didn't like the draft. I'm more of a, AFC, NFC, I can only cheer for my team, and they're only on one side. I don't like the having to cheer for both teams because Jordan Howard's here and Tariq Cohen is there.
Well, that's
Fuck
very
that noise.
Dude, you have nothing to worry about because none of our players are in the
I know, but I'm just saying. I would, in most circumstances, I will support the NFC over the AFC. All right, because I'm that kind of a fan. Except for the Super Bowl because I don't fucking like the Eagles.
I wish they would bring the Pro Bowl after the Super Bowl again. This whole bullshit, like, these guys are nominated to the Pro Bowl, but they're in the Super Bowl, so we're gonna, they can't play.
Well, the reason they did that was because most guys who were in the fucking Super Bowl the week before didn't play in the Pro Bowl anyway, so they didn't find out till Tuesday that they weren't playing. Now they got to scramble and get guys in to play on the roster. So
like fucking Jack Doyle's fucking playing in the Pro Bowl this year. Like Jack Doyle was okay this year, but like come on,
move it back
to the fucking break.
Move it back to after the Super Bowl.
That I agree with.
And then it was always fun to you just coming off the Super Bowl. They just played the last week before, and then you get guys that a bunch of guys that were on the Super Bowl teams. Now they got to see each other again.
I get more excited.
Yeah, but the teams, the problem is the team that lost, all of their players would almost always drop off.
That's not true.
Ask Brian Urlacher how that went.
Mm-hmm. That's not true. There's a lot of players that would.
I'm not going to the Pro Bowl if I lost.
Okay,
that's right. I'm not going to the Pro Bowl if I lost.
So it's better now. So it's better now. So you take all the guys from both teams right out.
They're just nipping it in the bud. They're not dealing with finding out on Tuesday. That's your opinion.
No,
the fact is, teams who lost the Super Bowl, 90% of their players dropped out. That's a fact.
So now you're just taking them out anyways.
Right.
So now you're even all of them out. No, it's stupid. It's just dumb. Put it back after the Super Bowl. So now it's
they're saving themselves a headache by doing what they're doing.
You know what the NFL needs to do though? I think so.
It's more of it's the same.
I liked it after.
It's the same headache.
But I
still
hated
got a week ago. You still got 1 week to go before now you got to fill out even more roster spots.
You know where we shit on,
right?
Yes, but they have backups for that reason.
You still got backups.
No, but
you still have backups.
But guys know the second the game's over, I'm on the squad. Not Tuesday. Oh shit! I got to get out to Hawaii because I just got called into the Pro Bowl.
I don't know. I think now nobody watches it. Nobody watches it.
You know what the problem is? I think Mike.
Last year was a great game.
We shit on.
I didn't watch it because I don't give a fuck.
It was fucking close.
Now it's like after the Super Bowl, that was the only thing I had left to look at. That was my last hope of football. Was the Pro Bowl.
Well, now you have the XFL.
I agree with you.
No, I don't. But it was
2 years from now.
Because I probably still won't
2020.
watch it. But it was like, it was like you had the Super Bowl, and you're like, all right, cool. And then you still had the Pro Bowl. So you watched the Pro Bowl, and you'd be like, oh, cool. And there was chance because not everybody dropped out. Maybe in the early, towards the later time or whatever. But I remember back in the 80s and the 90s, they didn't fucking drop out. These guys played against each other because I remember watching these guys play against each other going, man, that's got to fucking suck going to have to play these guys last week.
Sure.
And now they're facing each other again.
Well, one guy did it, and then everybody after that was just like, oh, I lost. All right, I'm out. I'm done.
They're fags.
I agree.
I think where the NFL gets it wrong, where we just ripped on the fucking National Basketball Association a little bit, but I think where they get it right is how highlighted. Because I'll tell you, some of the coolest things that you can go back and even watch them on YouTube is like the skills contests on YouTube, like the NFL does. Highlight that the night before. Highlight that the day before.
Do some skills competition.
They are doing a skills competition.
Oh, I know, but
here's the thing.
I was just gonna look it up.
Here's the thing.
They showed commercials for it.
You don't know what it is.
I want to see Chris Boswell.
What do you mean I don't know
you
what it is?
You don't know what it is, right?
I want to see.
Hang on, I was just looking
because you got to look it up.
I need to know.
I know
when it is.
I know the.
I know what it is.
What is it?
But I don't want to see dodgeball.
Quarterbacks and
but they have dodgeball and shit.
That
I
is
want to see NFL shit.
My point is
stick fucking. I remember watching a video watching Martin Gramatica and fucking Adam Vinatieri sit out there and fucking see who had the biggest fucking cock and who could kick the longest Super Bowl.
Right.
And I fucking loved watching every fucking.
Did you just say kick the longest Super Bowl?
Kick the longest field goal.
Listen, my point is, in baseball. In the All-Star.
Oh shit! It's tonight, guys.
What's your skill competition?
The Derby,
right?
Yeah,
it's on ESPN tonight.
So when you got NBA, you got 3-point competition. You got the slam dunk competition.
Yeah.
People know those. They look
Skills
forward to those.
contests,
Those are celebrated things. Those are things that people look forward to all the time.
Yeah.
That's my point. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't know what it is because they don't fucking do anything.
I want to see. I want to see these guys starting from the fucking goal line of that you have to throw from the goal line, and I want to see every fucking quarterback that's in that fucking game bomb me the fucking furthest pass they can. I don't care if somebody catches it. I want to see who throws the furthest. And I want to see who can fucking kick me a fucking 70-yard field goal. It wouldn't count for the records, but I want to see it, and I want to see what wide receiver has the fucking. With the jugs drill.
And they've had certain like skill competitions. I watched them back in the day with like, Brett Favre and a few others and stuff. Yeah. And they were great, and I love seeing them. But I wish the NFL would stick to a certain group of skill competitions and really market them and really put effort into them and really like
give me a game of game of horse with kickers. Give me a game of horse with quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be cool.
Dodgeball, a power relay challenge. Brute strength, a sled push, a mad dash.
I will not be tuning in tonight.
Then there's precision passing. That one I might watch.
That's good.
Best hands.
That's a jugs drill.
And there you go, 4 events.
See what I just mean? Like, where's the glamour in that? Like, the 3-point competition's fun to watch.
Yeah.
The slam dunk contest is the best part of the All-Star weekend.
Yeah. Nobody watches the fucking All-Star game. They watch the home
run derby is the best thing.
You don't give a fuck about the All-Star
kickers
game.
go at it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Let's play a game of horse with kickers. Like, let's have fucking
somebody. That would be awesome.
Let's have somebody fucking teeing it up from the fucking sideline
kickers
dash.
where they can only kick each other.
Yeah.
Like a game of Rochambeau.
But think about like a fucking kicker teeing it up from like the sideline. Like, just play like they're playing fun competition with each other. That's what I want to see. I don't want to fucking see fucking dodgeball. Cool. Oh wow! Because you know what can happen? You know what can happen with the same skill set, with the same at the same skill level. The three of us, everybody from the D, and you know what? We could do it next weekend at our fucking party, right? Our fucking this weekend at our fucking blowout party
tomorrow.
Saturday the 27th at Tom Cavallo's.
Right above your head, like right next to you, like
with live music from
the Ease Beats and Biz and Joe Driscoll.
That's what I'm saying.
Party
That's where
starts
we'll be.
At 7.
It starts at 7 at Tom Cavallo's
on the deck
this fucking Saturday.
1-year anniversary.
And you know what? We could set up the back of the fucking deck and we could play fucking dodgeball.
We got food too.
And we have food. And you know what? If we wanted
2 for $5 course.
Half off tickets tomorrow here at EC Radio, 3 to 6 p.m.
and you know what? Damn it! I'm still selling that we're gonna play dodgeball. All right, so it's just that like you're not reinventing the wheel, because you know what? We're gonna have a bigger, better party on Saturday than they will ever have at the fucking Pro Bowl, touching themselves, playing fucking sled push and fucking dodgeball. Yeah, we'll fucking play dodgeball too, and we'll have Joe Driscoll suck my fucking balls.
And we're gonna have booty flip cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Booty flip cup.
Yeah,
yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
I mean, we could do the old paper football.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, like that'd be cooler than the fucking NFL skills competition tonight. Like, I'd rather watch fucking paint dry at this point.
Reading that, I would just went,
oh man, like come on, do something better for us. And then you have the balls, to come out as the NFL. And
they got 2 out of the 4.
Vegas
Precision,
Yeah, cool. But then they have the balls to actually put a line on this fucking game. Fuck you! Don't put a fucking line on this game, because
the over/under is what kills me, because
because you should fucking bet over every fucking day of the week.
Well, it came in way under last year. Way under.
Man, these guys don't give a fuck.
Remember when they got pissed off when Sean Taylor like fucking blasted that guy?
Rip.
Yeah, I don't.
Sean Taylor was a beast.
What speaking of that,
cheers up to Sean Taylor there. Cheers up to Sean Taylor. Fuck.
So Gronk gets hit in the head last week, right?
Oh, man, what a hit that was. Huh?
And the guy apologized on Twitter or whatever, and he's like, I didn't want to hit him low because I didn't want to seem like a dirty player.
Yeah, you don't want
and I'm like,
that's the NFL!
I'm like, who the fuck, and this apparently must be an inner player thing about hitting a guy below the knees. I'm sorry. You're taking a big fucking tight end down.
Well,
you're doing your job. So I don't see how hitting him low is dirty.
Brady went on this rant a few years ago about when people hit Gronk low, that it's considered dirty play, and he's trying to get a rule out there that you can't hit him low. And I'm like,
bullshit.
Where the fuck are you supposed to hit this guy?
Yeah.
He's what, 6'7", 6'8", 280 pounds. Like he's a beast. He's a truck. What, are you supposed to hit him in the shoulders?
Mr. Miyagi once said, man can't stand, man can't fight. That's it. Was that Miyagi? That probably wasn't. It wasn't either. I don't think it was.
I don't know where you got that from. Yeah, it makes sense. Was that right before the crane kick? I don't know.
So that's awesome. Is that was live? So I don't see where I understand. This is their livelihood and whatnot. But guess what? The guy making the tackle, it's his livelihood too.
So he's got to take down. So I cracked him in the head.
Right. Yeah. Right. And now I don't want to seem like a dirty player. Well, fuck it. Regardless, what's worse?
We'll just whack each other off and I'll bail.
Exactly. What's worse?
Well, I seen whack, so I thought it was like a hit. Then I forgot you loaded it, so I'm like, oh yeah, it's something gay. Doesn't be like whack. No. I'll whack you off.
So do we? I don't know. Do we want to give our predictions for this fucking Pro Bowl game? Because we're gonna
NFC's favored, but I'm going AFC.
Yeah, I'm going AFC too.
I like their roster.
Know who the fuck's playing in this thing?
Who cares? I think the AFC.
Well, you got the New Orleans running backs and Todd Gurley. For the NFC, that is pretty
fuck
stout.
Me.
That is pretty fucking stout.
Who's the quarterback?
Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, and
Newton.
No. That Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. Thank you. Versus Derek Carr. Fuck, if I can remember the AFC.
I don't think Derek Carr's in it.
Yes, he is, because he got called in because Brady's out. Yeah.
Oh, Roethlisberger?
Yeah, Roethlisberger.
Rivers?
Yes. And Rivers. That's it. Good call.
Philly, old man Phil.
Because I remember it was like an old group of...
Yeah, it is. It's... Other than Carr, yeah, it's...
Because then you got Russell Wilson and Breeze and... Yeah.
Oh, man, that fucking NFC team sounds very fucking convincing.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
It does. NFC won last year. The series is tied at 22.
I think the NFC had better defense.
Who are the touch holes that are coaching the game? Let's get that info, Sil.
Sean Payton and Mike Tomlin.
Okay, I might go to the NFC now.
I know. After what we just saw in the AFC divisional play, you're right. I might switch sides.
Although like a ton of those Eagles aren't going to play on the NFC now.
No, but the Jacksonville defense, that's what's swaying me there.
But then you get Minnesota's defense.
Gentlemen, I'm going to circle the AFC.
About?
Let's make it interesting too.
That fucking shower curtain we just saw.
Gentlemen, let's pick three. Let's pick three this week. Let's make 3 picks this week, okay? Let's pick win, then with the line, and then the over under. Want to try it out?
All right, yeah, let's give it a shot.
I'm gonna take the AFC, and then I'm gonna also take the AFC on the line because I think they're gonna win and cover, obviously, because they have no points. And you know what I'm going to take? I'm going to take the over. I'm going to take the over of 46.
You know what? I have to agree with everything you said. I think last year was a fluke. I think they're really going to play soft defense. I'm going AFC, so line doesn't matter, and the over as well.
Chicken.
NFC.
You're going the NFC all the way down and the over-under. What do you think?
I'm going with the over.
He's going the over. We're all going the over. I think the over is a solid.
So NFC to cover?
Yeah.
The 3.5?
Yeah.
You even like the NFC to cover?
Yeah. It's 3 points.
3.5.
3.5.
Oh, that half a point was
3.5.
Me.
3.5, Padre.
Did it open at 5? I think it opened at 5.
Johnny, if you're out there, can you call in and tell us what the spread is now?
Yeah, calling from Purdue.
Purdue. The Boilermakers, but maybe call from Singapore.
Jay wanted to know earlier who was going to win in the Bud Light Bowl.
Well, right now we're waiting for part 2 of the Dilly Dilly commercial. Last I checked,
I was going with Utica Club's going to win.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's not a bad point.
Utica Club, official sponsor of Disruption Network.
I think I'm going to go with NFC because, I'm definitely going with the over because you can't fucking blitz. You know what I mean? So
you can't blitz. You got to run very vanilla defense. That rule hasn't changed. They're still worried about player safety.
You know what I would think would be cool too for the Pro Bowl guys. Have you seen this new thing in high school football? It's like 6-man football.
Yeah,
I think that would be fucking sick to start playing.
Well, they have done NFL flag football challenges.
Yeah.
So
they got to spice this game up. They got to, and it's not even. I don't even think it's in fucking Hawaii this year,
No, it's in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, fuck my asshole.
It's on Sunday
God
at 3. Yeah.
Damn. Wow. And if you watch the game for all of our sakes, will you call in next week and let us know what happens? Because I'm not gonna fucking watch this shit. I hate to say it.
I'm probably gonna watch highlights.
All right, never mind. Don't call in. Silbreth will be here for us. Yay, Sil. Yeah.
It depends. If there's a Celtics game on,
right? Yeah, exactly.
I might have to watch the Celtics game and just catch the highlights.
Would you?
Maybe a Pee Wee football Super Bowl.
Would you
I
rather?
catch.
Let me ask you guys this: would you rather watch a September baseball game or the Pro Bowl?
Pro Bowl.
Fuck off.
I hate baseball.
I hate baseball. I'm with you.
Fuck you guys. Okay, what about the wild card play-in game or the Pro Bowl for baseball? Wild card play-in game or the Pro Bowl?
Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl.
Wow, you guys, fuck both of you. Okay.
I'd rather watch a baseball game than have.
Now, hang on. Syracuse lacrosse scrimmage or Pro Bowl. Syracuse lacrosse scrimmage.
Wild card baseball game, or have to sit through another fucking talking about dudes in leotards touching each other, fucking wrestling shit. I'll do the baseball.
You go to the baseball game with me, Mike? Oh, thanks, buddy.
Oh, we're talking about fucking wrestling, which we just talked about on EC Radio. I'm just like,
oh my goodness, did you really?
Any of these motherfuckers, man.
Oh man,
like, I don't know.
Oh man,
I was like, I can't wait to start talking football.
Yeah,
it's
Jason Stevens, lax for the win.
Jason will take. I guess we're taking lax. I guess we're all going to a Syracuse preseason lax game. Would you now? Would you go and watch if it was organized in the fall? Would you go and watch like down in like the Indian Res in Syracuse? Would you go to like a pickup game that had like 4 or 5 Syracuse lax guys in it rather than watch this game?
No, I got something in an official capacity. You know,
it's got to be okay. All right, I understand.
Yeah, but you also got to remember, like, you can sit at your house and like see, like, it's still football.
Right,
you can still sit at home and watch. And like, it's a reason you can still leave the house and come over to my house and be like, "Honey, I got to go to Chickens and watch football."
But man,
okay,
it's almost not worth the fucking price in booze.
No, well, he mentioned earlier about the week after the Super Bowl, sitting down and watching football. I've been known to watch the Pee Wee Super Bowl on fucking NBC because I was jonesing for football that much.
Oh,
so
are you registered anymore?
Parties.
Are you registered?
Oh,
anymore?
I used to have draft parties. Oh, you fuck off.
You want Watchdog or no?
Bed Bath and Beyond. That's about it.
Hey, John, sweet hat.
Fucking A, man.
Yeah, you're allowed to be around kids again. Huh? That's good to know.
Congratulations, John Silbreth. You can now be around kids younger than 6.
Dude, put your pants on.
Fuck, boys.
All right.
Oh, man.
We should get ready to get out of here. Let me send Todd the word over here so he knows what's going on.
Gentlemen, listen. And now let's fucking let's get ready for next week. I'm gonna bring Cody in next week.
Oh well, we're actually Greg is our guest next week.
Sure, I'll bring Cody though. Just on the side.
Yeah.
He
that's fine.
Much, so it'll be perfect for him.
Bring him on.
Greg the Patriots fan, and
Cody the Eagles fan. I'll bring my Eagles fan. You bring your Patriots fan.
We are gonna spend Super Bowl. Oh my God, that's gonna be awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Next week's gonna be a good one.
Shit.
Next week's gonna be a good one, boys. I'll bring Cody. You guys bring Greg.
We're going to Greg's house for the Super Bowl, so we're hoping to do. I don't want to make any promises, but we're hoping to do a couple live spots from the Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
Show off our food and whatnot.
Sure.
But we got to get a permission first.
All right, guys. We're gonna get head out of here. So,
boys, good to see you this week. Carry on. We'll see you
Saturday.
Next week. Super Bowl, baby. Super Bowl.
Hey, it's Adeline Van Dyke from Coldwell Banker Faith Properties in Utica. I always get asked, why do I love real estate? It's very simple. I love my clients. I love every single thing about helping them find or sell their home. Making sure the home is solid and ready for sale, or solid and ready for the buyer's inspection, to making sure that they're getting the best rate on their mortgage, making sure they're getting the best price on their house. Just everything involved in the sale is vital. My absolute favorite part of real estate is when a buyer walks into the house they're going to buy. I can feel it before they even know they're loving the house. It's just that obvious. So I'd love to experience that feeling with you. So give me a call. Adeline Van Dyke, Coldwell Banker Faith Properties, 315-404-6431. Or you can find me on Facebook or visit my website at centralnewyork.com/Adeline. Thank you, and I look forward to welcoming you home.
When it's your hard-earned money on the line that you are investing into a home, it makes sense to choose a proven professional to assist you in making one of the biggest investments you may ever make. Josh's dedication of over 20 years to the home construction industry allows him to bring knowledge and experience to your doorstep. That means you can feel confident and comfortable with his service to you. Past clients love his attention to detail and thorough written reports. By allowing Priceless Inspections to help you make a well-informed decision concerning your property, you will find that a quality inspection is priceless. Follow Priceless Inspections on Facebook or call 315-525-8725. In the Mohawk Valley, for the best real estate service, you gotta have faith. Coldwell Banker Faith Properties, 315-735-2222 or www.centralnyhomes.com.